Have you guys heard about the gray rock method? It sounds really boring, right? It kind of sounds that I'm going to go on a rant about some kind of physics, chemistry, but it's actually a method that I've heard recently of how to deal with people that are narcissists, have antisocial personality disorder, or even just toxic people that you are forced to deal with in your everyday life. The gray rock method is pretty simple. You make yourself the most boring, uninterested, dull, gray rock out there. People are going to remember a rock like this. It's nice and white and painted on. People are going to remember a rock like this because it's symmetrical. It's a perfect circle. But will anyone remember a rock like this? So it's a metaphor. It basically allows you to keep your sanity and minimize the impact of emotional abuse that this narcissist, a toxic person has on you. So I'm going to use this video to explain to you what gray rock is, a few tips of how to do it, but most importantly, I'm going to explain to you guys why gray rock method should only be reserved for when you absolutely have to deal with this toxic person in your life. Oh, and I'm also going to explain how it differs from silent treatment. So, if you have no idea who I am, my name is Olympia. I have a degree in cognitive neuroscience and art history. And what I like to do, I like to dissect that pretty little brain of yours to see what makes you tick, but also what makes you talk. So, gray rock method, let's go. So for those who have engaged with a narcissist, with the person with antisocial personality disorder, or just with toxic people in general, you know that they crave drama. And how do they get drama? From us, yours truly. They get drama from how we react, our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and how we express those emotions and feelings and thoughts. This is how they manage to manipulate us. This is how they manage to abuse us. Now, I've done a very controversial series of visiting the dark side and seeing how things look from a gaslighter's point of view. So make sure to check out how to gaslight someone, and also 20 phrases that gaslighters use, the most popular 20 phrases that gaslighters use, because I think it's important not only to see it from the side of the victim, soon-to-be survivor, but also from the side of the emotional abuser, because you can't really understand if it's happening to you if you don't visit the dark side. So, gray rock method. Make yourself forgettable. Now, how do you do that? First of all, make yourself forgettable. So, wear dull clothes. Don't wear bright colors. This may sound very detailed and a bit over the top, but by wearing dull clothes, making yourself seem less appealing, sexy, drawing attention, try not to wear makeup. Okay, I'm wearing makeup now, but such things will make a toxic person who doesn't really know you that well. So this could work, for example, on a coworker that you have to interact with on a daily basis. It can make you not really draw attention, because that's what you want. You want to make yourself boring. The second thing, so the first thing I said, make yourself forgettable. The second thing is offer nothing. Now, this is a very difficult one to do for people that are prone to emotional abuse, because the whole part of being emotionally abused is that you put yourself out there. You share with the person your feelings. You're a people pleaser, which is why it's so easily to be emotionally abused. Abusers will pick on your flaws. They'll pick on your insecurities. So in order for you to gray rockin', is that you don't offer them anything. You don't offer advice. You don't offer showing up. You don't respond. But and this is what I mean that I wanted to explain the difference between silent treatment and gray rocking. is that silent treatment is done from the narcissist side, and it's a way to punish someone. Whereas gray rocking is about responding but not reacting. So if a person that is abusing you, that a toxic person in your life is telling you something, don't silent treat them, because yes, that is a type of emotional abuse, but respond to them in a way that makes you and your mental state safe. So that could be through monotonous phrases or monosyllables. So if a person says, for example, a coworker, "Oh my God, have you met the new person that came to the job? Did you know that this, and this, and this? What is your opinion about them?" And if you don't trust that person and you believe that they are emotionally abusing you and that they will take whatever you say and tell it to the rest of the company, just say, "No, I haven't met them." "Oh, okay. Well, maybe when I meet them, I'll be able to form an opinion." It's just very phrases that they cannot feed off of. If your partner, and this is what I mean when I say that it's only people that you have to deal with. So if you are with someone that you are sharing custody of your kids, or even if you are with a narcissist and for some reason, a toxic person, and for some reason you don't want to leave, for whatever reason that is, I cannot make you, no one can make you do something that you don't want to. If they are saying things if they're gaslighting you and saying things like these phrases, such as, "You are overreacting." Okay. "You are being oversensitive." Can you hear yourself? I didn't say anything. And this will drive the toxic people nuts. It may even cause them to lash out, but long term, it will keep you sane, and then they'll just move to another person that they want to control. I've said this in negging videos, emotional abuse, my emotional abuse playlist, which I'll link below, that these people, they crave control. They're afraid that if they don't control you, then you're not going to be with them, that they're not going to get their way. So by making yourself utterly boring, non-responsive, they have no drama to feed off of. Another thing that is part of the gray rockin' method, rock on, is that you avoid eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to someone's soul, right? Well, if you are dealing with a toxic person, chances are their soul bowl, their soul cup is pretty empty. And I know that's harsh truth time, but toxic people have really crappy souls if they're doing this from a mean and emotional abuse perspective, regardless of why they're doing it. So eye contact automatically builds a trust. Our brain is triggered when looking into someone else's eyes, and you can tell for a lot from a person's eyes. You can tell if they're lying. You can tell if they're trying to deceive you. You can tell if they're angry, happy. This is why models, even though we may think that modeling is a very simple job, it actually requires it actually requires a lot of eye play. They have to convey an emotion, especially models, just through their eyes. And by avoiding eye contact, you are allowing yourself to detach from that toxic person and help and guard yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, and ground yourself into your reality. So if you're still with me, great. Apologies, the microphone fell down. The other thing is that obviously you don't want to tell them that you're gray rocking them, because that is giving them attention. That is acknowledging that what they're doing is affecting you, and it's just reinforcing their need and validating that they do have control over you. And you're doing this for you, not for them. You're doing this to protect yourself, not them. Gray rocking is not a matter of fixing the narcissist, fixing the toxic person. That's up to them. So don't expect that if you're gray rocking a person that harsh truth time, that they will actually understand what they've done and they will change. You're not doing this for change. You're doing this as a coping mechanism because you have to. And here's the part where I want to emphasize why gray rocking is so important to be done only if it is necessary. Psychologists out there have noticed that gray rocking as makes sense, requires a lot of effort of disassociating and removing yourself from your emotions and thoughts. So basically disconnecting with your emotions and thoughts. And this should only be done towards the toxic person. However, adapting this mindset and mind shifting your mindset, which is what my channel is about, it can actually have the opposite effect in the sense that you disconnect with your entire life, with all your relationships, and then suddenly you don't really know who you are, and you become this dull, boring, gray rock. So this is what I mean when I say that make sure that this person is worth keeping in your life, and make sure you understand why you are keeping them in your life. But understanding why you need to do it can just reinforce your abilities and your techniques of gray rocking. So I hope these methods helped. I hope these tips help. Gray rocking is not an easy thing to do. So if you are in the process of doing it, or if you're doing that, or you're about to do it, very proud of you. It shows a decisive and very hard step into removing yourself from the toxic person mentally without removing them physically, for whatever reason. Don't forget to help a girl out by smashing that subscribe button or ringing that bell for your weekly Thursday videos, giving me a huge thumbs up to make my algorithm love me. And that's it, folks.